What's going on, everyone? This is Erik with Full Man MMA, and today I am joined by UFC lightweight Drakkar Klose. How are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, of course. You got your first fight in about 2 years, Brandon Jenkins on April 16th. I've been following his career for a little bit. He calls himself the human highlight reel. How much do you know about your opponent here?
I don't know very much, you know what I mean? I just know he knows how to lose, you know what I mean? He has 8 losses. Um, I don't know if you can call yourself a highlight reel with that many losses.
That you make a good point. It's, as I said, it's been over 2 years since we last saw you compete. You had an unlucky 2021 with fight cancellations, to say the least. Just how much have you been itching to get back in there? I'm sure it killed you to be sitting on the sidelines for so long.
Yeah, man, especially sitting on the sidelines and you don't make any money, not fighting. The first one was COVID, and then the second one was just a stupid opponent decision. But other than that, dude, I'm excited. I'm back with the MMA lab. I'm happy again. I'm just ready to get back in there and showcase my talent.
The UFC did compensate you for that fight with Jeremy Stephens, correct?
They did, but it shouldn't have been any negotiation. You know what I mean? It should have been, straight. You know what I mean? Straightforward instead of going back and forth with talks and stuff like that. But they did.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially it's so out of your control. It was, nothing on your end. It was a herniated disc, correct? That was from the Jeremy Stephens shove at the weigh-ins.
That had a herniated disc and concussions.
Wow. What's it been like the last few months just going through that recovery? Like, when were you 100% again?
I mean, like after it, I was messed up. You know what I mean? My head was hurting, my neck. There was moments I was thinking like, am I ever gonna fight again? You know what I mean? I start thinking about, my kid and my family. You know what I mean? It's like when you take unnecessary damage, it's different when it's in the fight because but when you're just sitting there not ready for something like that, it's like that's just unnecessary.
Yeah, absolutely. Is this as early as you wanted to get back in? Like, when were you fully able to compete again?
I was scheduled to fight in December, but I had tore my knee. I had to get that fixed, and then I had got this fight. So,
What was it in the knee?
just a meniscus repair.
Was that a
So
pretty
nothing.
short recovery then in
Yeah,
comparison to the others?
no, yeah, it's pretty short. It was only a couple months.
Okay. No, I'm glad to hear that. And obviously, it should be a really good fight on April 16th. You had a lot of momentum in your first UFC fights, beating guys like Mark DeCasey, Lando Venata, Bobby Green, who's looked really, really good as of recently. How excited are you that this could be your year that you're going to recapture that momentum that you had when you first joined?
Dude, I think a lot of people forgot about me. So I think it's time for me to go in there and make a statement and let them know, hey, I'm back.
It's you're a pretty big favorite right now. I think you're about a 4-1 favorite. I don't know how much you guys look at that, but do you feel that that's pretty justified given your resume?
Man, both of my knees are hurting right now. My neck, both of my hands. Hopefully, no. um, that's about right. You know what I mean? But he's a tough opponent, like you said. Like you never. It's a fight. Anything can happen. It's 50-50. But I just know I'm gonna go in there and get the job done. Just stay smart. This time off. I've did a lot of thinking and analyzing fights, and I coach now, so it's like I'm breaking things down and understanding stuff more.
That's awesome. What kind of classes do you coach? Do you just general MMA or do you do wrestling?
Yeah. We have an MMA program at Tim Welch BJJ. It's Soul Fighters Peoria. So I'm coaching over there along with Courtney.
I'm sure you've heard that Jeremy Stephens is no longer with the UFC. He went and joined the PFL. Did that bug you when you found out that you're not going to be able to get that revenge?
It did, but it is what it is. I think we'll eventually, down the line, we'll end up fighting.
Is that something you would look forward to even outside of the UFC?
Yeah. We can, set it up. You know what I mean? I'm down to fight him. We're gonna get paid for it. Let's do it.
Absolutely. How active do you want to be in 2022? I mean, after sitting on the sidelines for so long, I'm sure, you want to build up that momentum that you had earlier in your career. Do you know how many times?
Uh, at least three, but I plan on going out there on the 16th, and hopefully getting the job done quick. And they're coming to Phoenix here. Was it May 6th or something? May 7th. So I plan on trying to get on that card. Hopefully, I don't want because they got quite a few 55ers on. I don't want them to get injured, but if someone does, hey, I'm willing to jump in there.
Going to be staying ready. I like that. This is actually going to be your first fight with no crowd in this kind of COVID era that we've been in these last 2 years. You fought on the last pay-per-view before the cancellation started in March of 2020. In a weird way, are you kind of like looking forward to this? Like, do you see it as like a rite of passage to fight in the Apex here?
Yeah, it'll be just like training at the gym, you know what I mean? And then I've cornered Courtney quite a few times at the Apex, so I kind of know what to expect.
How much have you been watching like fights during this downtime that you've had? Like, are you a fan of the sport to like you watch every week like we do?
I do, not every fight, but just certain guys, but this weekend I won't be able to watch the fights because I have a wedding to go to, but I'm gonna try to catch a couple of those fights. So
do you watch guys that you have fought in the past, guys in your weight class, stuff like that?
Yeah. Like I watch Mark, Casey, like all the guys, I always want them to win because that just makes me look better.
Well, your last opponent, who you just had a spectacular fight with, Beneil Dariush, he's got a pretty big fight coming up. He's on a roll at lightweight at the moment. It's pretty surprising, I think, just because I certainly didn't see such a career resurgence coming out of him. But he's going to be fighting Islam Makhachev coming up. Are you going to be watching that fight? Do you have any thoughts on that matchup?
Definitely. When is that fight? Did they announce that?
I believe, let me look it up real quick.
Because I know they were supposed to fight, and then he got injured, and then Bobby Green stepped in.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot. I want to say that they're looking at making that fight again because Islam didn't fight on the short notice. But no, you're right. It hasn't been announced yet. Is that a fight that you think should happen given the history between these two?
Definitely. I was trying to fill in, you know what I mean, to fight him besides Bobby Green, you know what I mean? I think, I guess Bobby Green, he was on a roll, you know what I mean? People know his name. But I think it would have been a way better fight, me and him. Bobby you got taken down and then got finished and then start hugging the guy. It's like, come on now. I don't know. That's just not me. I'm not going to sit there. You just whoop my ass. I'm not going to sit there and just be hugging it out with you and all that. Sometimes you just go in there for a paycheck. And I think that's what he did.
Well, that fight certainly would have made a lot of sense since you have a win over Bobby Green too. Were you ever close to filling in for that fight? What happened there?
I don't think so. You know what I mean? Like I told my manager, you know what I mean? I tagged him on Instagram, like, yo, let's go. I'm down to do it. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? I have a fight now, and all I got to do is go out there and beat this guy, and then just keep rolling through these guys, and then eventually I'll fight him.
That's awesome. Well, I respect that. That would have been quite a ballsy return fight against someone like Islam Makhachev. So I respect that an awful lot. Those are all the questions that I had for the day. I can't thank you enough for joining me. Before I let you go, did you have anyone you wanted to shout out? Teammates, sponsors, anything?
I like to thank 8Man, the MMA Lab, all my teammates over there, and then everyone that supports me.
All right, awesome. UFC lightweight Drakkar Klose fighting Brandon Jenkins, April 16th. Make sure to tune in. It was great talking to you, my man. Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching this video. If you like our content, be sure to subscribe to Full Man MMA. And while you're at it, make sure to hit the bell icon as well so you never miss an update from us.